My head shavers today, and more specifically, I'm going to be talking about some head shavers that are on sale. Well, I wouldn't really say on sale. Some of them are on sale, but more than anything, I'm going to be talking about my picks for budget-friendly head shavers on Amazon. So here in this video, I'm going to be just talking about some things that we have to deal with when it comes to head shavers. And so make sure my deal's turned off here because of course it's going to turn on here. So bear with me real quick. Give me 1 second. So um, there's a struggle. There's a real struggle when it comes to finding a electric head shaver that works very, very nicely when it comes to getting a nice clean shave. And let me just say this from the top, just so you guys know, you're not going to find a rotary shaver that is going to give you a baby butt smooth shave. You find some that are very, very close. But if you're looking for that traditional razor type of shave, you're not going to find it really other than a traditional razor. And the closest that you're going to find is going to be like a foil shaver, something like this one right here. Okay, this one's not going to be mentioned really in the video because it's not under 60 bucks. But what I'm going to talk about in this video, or the things I'm going to talk about, are 4 different rotary head shavers that I am going to recommend that's under $60 on Amazon. So I'm going to be doing a series of videos when it comes to head shavers. So if you want to follow along with that, make sure you subscribe to this channel. Give this a like if you would. It does help channels like myself to get out there in the algorithm. But here's the thing. Today, I'm starting with the budget friendly. If you're looking for a nice head shaver, there are thousands of them out there. Literally, there are knockoffs. There are cheap ones. Several of them out there. But the question is, which ones do you choose? And so I have done a lot of research. I have tried a lot of these head shavers. I've gotten rid of a lot of these head shavers that are not very good. I've gotten ones that I've kept that I tend to keep going back to because they're just really, really good. And some of them are $100+ and some of them are literally down to like 30 something bucks. And they are fantastic options. And so I wanted to share these things that I discovered with you guys, but I want you guys to understand that there are some that are out there that are really an absolute waste of your money. If you want to save money and you want something that's going to be decent, especially if you're starting out head shaving. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that these are cheap and these are just for like new beginners. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying if you are a new beginner and you are thinking about shaving your head for the first time, or maybe you just started not too long ago and you're looking for something that's really, really decent when it comes to the price, that's going to be almost like an entry level, but not necessarily entry level, because I've been shaving my head for a very long time and I still use these. So these could be used for new beginners, but also for professional, if you will. I wouldn't say I'm professional, but I've been doing this for a long time. All right. I got a lot of knowledge. I talk a lot about head shaving on this channel. By the way, if you're new here and you're into head shaving, maybe you have a receding hairline, you got that horseshoe looking cul-de-sac type of deal going on in the head. Welcome to Beards, Heads, and Threads, where I talk about head shaving and beard care. This is your one-stop place when it comes to men's grooming, tying in the bald and the bearded. All right. I'm a bearded guy. I am a bald guy. I love shaving my head. I love growing my beard out and taking care of it. I make my own products like this one. This is a pre-shave oil. I have a aftershave moisturizer on the way that I am working on. It will be on the website soon. bhtgrooming.com. If you've never checked it out, go check it out. How long does it take to grow a beard? It's taken me like the last 4 or 5 years of really growing it out, taking care of it. But I've done a lot of trims to it. But it is what it is. Keep it growing. All right. So the common problem that we have is we want a clean, smooth shave, right, without breaking the bank, especially in the days we're living in. Guys, can you agree with me today when I say we are living in an economy, especially with everything going on right now in the world, that is a crippling economy? I mean, when gas prices are $4+, how do you spend a lot of money on things that you want, and especially if you're guessing on which ones are good. So I've decided I'm going to come up with 4 different rotary head shavers that are very reasonable when it comes to budget, friendly things, and these are really, really decent ones. All right, they do a good job altogether. We're going to talk about comfort. We're going to talk about the value. We're going to talk about the battery life, all that good stuff. And so I'm going to help you guys make a good decision if you are purchasing off of Amazon. Amazon is a nice place to be shopping off of. I know we like to support small companies, small brands. You can support me, bhtgrooming.com, small batch beard company and head shaving company. But a lot of people, in all honesty, they like to shop at Amazon because you get that free prime shipping, and it's just, the returns is easy, all that stuff. So these are going to be on Amazon, and I'm going to tell you what are on sale right now. And I'm also going to throw out some discount codes for Amazon. So a lot of people don't realize that you can actually use discount codes on Amazon. So you get that free prime shipping and you get a discount, which makes it really, really nice. And it's not going to be on every one of these, but a couple of these will absolutely have discount codes for Amazon. And I'll put those all in the description if you want to check those out. So these are going to be my top 4 budget-friendly shavers. I'm going to talk about these individually for each shaver. I'm going to discuss the features, the pros, the cons, the demonstration that I've done on these are in the past. You can catch these on some of my other videos. I did link in the description a playlist of all the head shavers that I've went over in detail on either demonstrating how they work or unboxings or just a plethora of information on these and my top picks altogether. And there's some that are more money and some that are less and all that stuff, but you can find that in the description in the playlist. And so we're going to talk about the shave quality. How good is the shave quality on those? All right. So altogether, we're going to get to the bottom of this, and we're going to get started right now. So I will say this: if you're in here and you find good content here, if you find this to be helpful, one thing that I would ask you to do right now is just go ahead and hit that like button. Just double tap the screen if you can and give this a like, because it does help my channel. I'm on my way to 10,000 subs, and when I do, I'm going to be giving a lot of giveaways away. Okay, so a lot of giveaways on head shavers, products that I make, all that good stuff. So help me get to 10K. We've got like 1,400 subs to go, so I believe that we're going to be able to get there. Thank you so much, Growing in Grace, for that. I do appreciate that super chat. Always appreciate super chat. So if you got the money and you want to throw some money my way for giving you advice and giving you help, you can always do that. You can always donate to this channel for my content in the description as well. There's different links to do that. But more than anything, I appreciate you guys' time coming by. So first one I want to talk about, and then I'm going to tell you at the end which ones are my top favorite out of the 4. All right. Like if I was to go in a certain order of usage, which ones I would be reaching for the most out of the 4 of these. Okay. So the first one that I want to talk about is going to be, let's talk about the Max Groom. This is the newer one that I've had, and this is what it looks like. And let me just say this. I had the Max Groom 70 I got last year. I believe it was the beginning of last year. It was orange and black. Of course, this one's orange and black there, but the whole thing was orange and black. And I fell in love with that thing. I fell in love with it because it had everything that I had looked for a long time in head shavers. It started, I wanted the magnetic head on it. This one has it, right? It's got a strong magnetic force to it. I didn't really like the ones that open up, and some of these are going to be the ones that you do open up, but these are budget friendly ones. These are not the ones that we're going in order and saying, well, these are the best ones that do everything I want them to, but they're comfortable and they shave pretty well. But this one's the latest one that I've just recently received. This is the Pro. Now they've got a nice rose gold color one that you can find on Amazon. It's just a few more dollars than this one. This one's the silver and black. What I like about this one is it's upgraded. It's got an upgraded performance, and this one's got faster motor speed for quicker, smoother shaving, and it's got some redesigned curved foil blades. As you can see right here, it delivers a more of a comfortable, like skin hugging, if you will, filling to your head. It's got an upgraded battery capacity and provides longer run time. So I loved the first one. I loved everything about it, but the battery just kind of had some issues after a while. But they fixed it, or supposedly they fixed it, in this head shaver. Now I've only had this head shaver for about a month now, but it's been really nice. I like it. You can see as I turn it on, it's got that battery life, and the RPMs kind of like it's transparent through the actual um, the digital screen here. But the thing that I really like about this one is it's got two different RPMs. It's got the 7,700 right there, or sorry, 7,500. And it's, if you go right here and push that button again, it's got 8,800. All right, tells the percentage, 65%, 64%. One of these days I will do like a real-time battery test to see how long this thing really lasts. In fact, what I did the other day is a video between two trimmers, the Manscaped and the Brio Beardscape, and I let them run. I had them fully charged, let them run until they're completely out, and I fast forwarded to the different time frames, timestamps, and obviously the Brio Beardscape just whooped the tail out of the Manscaped. But I think I'm going to start trying to do that on some of these trimmers, because a lot of people, these head shavers, I mean, there's a lot of people want to know how good these head shavers last when it comes to the battery. And I'm going to start comparing these to each other and see which ones actually, because here's the deal. On the box, it says one thing, but in real life, it says a different thing. Different places can say all day long that their shavers run time will run, 120 minutes for 2 whole hours. But then, you really put it into play in real action in real life, and you only get about an hour maybe, or 45 minutes. Or if it's like the Manscaped, you only get about 30 minutes until that trimmer, the beard hedger, is completely dead. All right. It's just the capacity is not what they say it is. But this one has been pretty well. It's got different RPMs. It feels pretty dang good on the head. And I'm telling you, this thing really shaves very, very well. Very well. I don't ever have any problems shaving my head with this thing. It's got the USB-C charger port right there. And altogether, again, it's got the magnetic force on here. These things can actually come out and clean, which makes it cool. A lot of people don't like to take these apart, but I've had head shavers where you've taken this little piece off right here and pull the little blades out, which could be dangerous, I guess, but if you don't know what you're doing, but they just fall apart, they break, you can't put them back together. But this one, it's all one piece, which makes it nice. You just put it in there and you just spin this thing right here. I'll go ahead and see if I can do it right here on the live so you can see. I've just kind of turned it, half turn right there, and watch this. Maybe get that to pull that out, and I lied. It's all one piece. The last one was not, but this one is one piece. And so basically you're going to be able to take these off right like this and put the blades back in there. It's not that big of a deal. You just put them in like that and then stick them in the little dill here. So I will have to do that later. I didn't know it was going to come out in that. It's a newer one. So I think the last one didn't. I think it was all one piece. So, but that's not a big deal, because there are some shavers where if you take them out, you can't put them back in. So I will be able to put these back in just by looking at it. I can tell it's one of those easier ones to do. But altogether, I enjoy the Max Groom Pro. Now, this is not the original Max Groom 70. This is the Max Groom 70 Pro. It gets you the ultra close shave. They have the 70 floating heads on it. And so the magnetic, the long lasting battery, they say that you get 140 minutes. So, a little over 2 hours. So 2 hours and 20 minutes. So we're going to test that out and see if it's really legit, see if it really, really lasts that long when it comes to head shaving. I'm sure that's going to be on the lower one. The dual speed on here, adjustable for hair type. You can choose between the two settings. I'm just kind of reading on the description here for fully customized shave. Just so you know, the low speed mode glides gently over sensitive skin and fine hair, while the high speed is going to tackle the thick and coarse hair. So that's how you know which one do I use. A lot of people want to know, well, would I use the 7,500 horsepower, or would I use the 8,800? And so if you have that thick coarse hair, 8,800 is going to rip right through that coarse hair and help you do it. I have more fine hair, if you will, and so I would definitely be using the 77. It does a great job. I can literally hit my head with this like every few days, every couple days, whatever I want to do, and just touch it up real quick. And it shaves really fast. So within like 4 minutes, I think I'm done with this one. And it's a good deal. So you can pick that one up, $59.99 right now on Amazon. I think it's on sale. I wrote it down here, $49.99 right now on sale on Amazon. So you're saving $10 right now on Amazon. But let me tell you, in the description below, there is a code that this company gave me for you guys. If you use this code on Amazon, now I don't know if it stacks. If you try this and it works and it does stack, let me know later in the comments, but it'll save you 20%. That's a pretty good discount, but you have to find the code and it is in the description. And here's the thing, that code is only good until like May 27th or something like that. I'll have to go back and check again, but this is a really, really nice one, IPX6. So it's not IPX7. It's going to be pretty much waterproof for the most part. You can use in the shower, you wet shave, dry shave. I always recommend wet shaving. Of course, you can do this in the car anywhere you go, dry shaving if you're in a pinch. But if you have irritations, definitely wet shave your head. All right. You might say, well, how do you wet shave your head? Put some pre-shave oil on your head. This one's Amber Trail from my company. I make this myself. This one's got warm spice, tobacco leaf, golden amber, dry woods, just a great masculine scent. It smells incredible. But here's my ingredients in this: jojoba, sweet almond oil, castor oil, which is going to be thicker oil. It's going to give you more of a barrier over your skin to keep you from having the irritation, help it glide a lot easier. And it's got the essential and fragrance oil proprietary blend in this. But love the pump tops, makes it very easy. You put it on your head. By the way, this oil is very, very good for your skin if you have breakouts. I heard a friend say the other day that ever since he's been using beard oil, now I know we're talking about head shaving, but beard oil, which that's a lot of this stuff too. A lot of this oils, carrier oils, are in beard oil. He's used beard oil on his face for a long time, and never once has he had dry lips or chapped lips. And I think there's something to be said about using oil. So if you use this oil on your head, on your elbows, if they're getting ashy, on your arms, whatever, on your face, it will help your skin tremendously when it comes to irritations, breakouts, all that stuff. So I'm telling you, I always tell people, if you have irritation, you need to use good skincare products. And this is not like a effeminate type of girly stuff. This is masculine scent. This is going to make a difference when it comes to pre-shave oils, when it comes to your prep when you're about to shave your head. It will soften the follicle at its root, and it'll get a closer shave. It'll also make you smell like a boss. Smell really, really good. So find this 15 bucks. 15 bucks for this 2 ounce or 1 ounce. Sorry, 1 ounce, 15 bucks. First time users, if you want to buy something for the first time on my company, you use the code first time and you'll get 10% off the first order. And so you're going to basically get this for under 15 bucks, and it'll last you a long time because you're just using it when you shave your head. And I'm sure when you use this, you're going to fall in love with this and want everything else that I make in this scent. All right. So that is the Max Groom Pro head shaver. All right. Moving on next to the next one I have. This one is one that's not talked about very much. Haven't really talked a whole lot about it, but I picked this up not too long ago, and this is the Y Claws. Okay. This is a Y Claws. This is probably going to be one of the cheaper ones you're going to find on Amazon. It's got some pros, cons. Obviously, you see the 7 floating heads. You can see how they kind of float there, and it's an upgraded version of this 70 floating shaving system that they have, ergonomically designed. It feels good. It's got the rubber little grips on the side, but it's got 7 cutting heads. It increases the shaving area and saves shaving time. But it's easy. It doesn't slip out of the hand if you use this in the shower. It is IPX. Let me see. I think it's IPX 6 or 7. I should not have even said that. Didn't mean to say that, but it's IPX 6. All right. So it is virtually waterproof. It's got let me show you where the power is on this one. This one's on the bottom, the power. Push that button. You can see it doesn't have horsepower percentage. Most of these won't. It's special that Max Groom has that, but it shows that there's only 42 left on the battery. Okay, and it says 42. What does that say? 42 power left. That's all it says. But notice how fast this battery seems to be going. It was at 42. It's at 41 now. So it's not like falling and crashing to zero like some has in the past, but it's at 40. So that's one thing I want you guys to understand. When you have budget friendly, you're not going to have like the best batteries. It's going to last forever. You get what you pay for. You really do. But these four are the ones that if you're going to go for a budget friendly one, if you're going to spend underneath 60 bucks, um, these are the ones that I would probably reach for. I'm just telling you, if you're in the dark trying to figure out which ones to buy, this is a safe guide to some head shavers that are decent quality. Obviously, they're not going to be the best. I will make another video following up on this one of my intermediate ones and then the top ones. Okay, so we're trying to get to a point where you can understand. Oh my, Randy, thank you so much for that super chat, brother. God bless you, buddy. Appreciate that. What a blessing. So we've got several people in the chat here. Shannon Kelster, good to see you. Appreciate you, man. So moving on here. This right here, one of the downfalls of this one, it does have the proprietary blend, or sorry, proprietary blend. I'm thinking beard oils now. It's got a proprietary charger. All right, it's not the USB-C. So that's one of the things that kind of stinks. The fact that it doesn't have that USB Type C. Um, um, sorry, I'm just reading chat. Charger, and that's one thing that's a downfall on this one, just to be honest. Another thing that's a downfall on this one is it does have the blades that open up like this. Now, I'm telling you right now, I'm not a fan of these ones that open up like this, because the more you open these up and clean them, the more chances of these little hinges breaking, and then you have to buy a new head. Now, the heads, you're going to have to buy new ones eventually. I mean, it's what it is. These things don't stay sharp forever. Nothing lasts forever, right? So you can buy replacements of these for any of these shavers I'm talking about. But if you want to prolong your blades, you got to be careful on how much you open these things, and you have to open these things to clean them. So that's the bad thing about this and not being magnetic. But altogether, this one is a decent one when it comes to the Y claws. So this one's obviously going to also have different attachments that come with this in the box. I'm not talking about the attachments. I'm talking about head shaving. So this is rotary head shaver today that we're talking about. And so this one right here, they claim will get you, I want to say 120 minutes of the charger, but I don't think that is 100% true. But I will say this, at the end of the day, when I got this from Amazon to try it out, I was very shocked and surprised. Literally right out of the box, I started shaving my head. I'm like, wow, this one, I'm surprised. Sometimes you put a head shaver on your head to try it, and it's just okay. But then you have some that just really snug your head and really cut really, really good. And this one was one that really cut pretty dang good. Let me see here. I got a little bit of a stubble here. I'm going to try this out really quick because I was very surprised. Let me see if you can hear this. Very, very comfortable. I'm not an affiliate for this company. I'm just telling you, I'm not. I don't know anybody at this company. So, but I'm just letting you know that this is a head shaver that, yeah, pretty dang smooth, guys. I got hair here and dang smooth here. So, anyways, this one is running $49.99 on sale right now. It's normally it's $49.99 list price, and it's running right now on sale for $45.54 on Amazon. Again, that's the Y Claws 7D head shaver. Moving on to the next one. This is one that you guys probably have seen before. You can find this at Walmart. So they used to have one that had a little bit less RPMs in it. I wasn't a big fan of it. I mean, it was just okay. I always liked the way it shaved, but the power of it kind of like lacked the RPMs. And they actually built one that has more RPMs in it. So this one is a lot better. This is a newly improved Cut Buddy or Bald Buddy by the Cut Buddy. This one, I actually have the more coarse blades on this one. They have a standard one, and this is one with more coarse. So I technically wouldn't need these blades that have the extra rings on them, but I've got it. I kept it. I thought, well, I'll just have it just in case. But again, the head's open like this. Not my favorite, but they do come with a little tray. You can put water in it and turn this on and stick it in there. It will actually shoot out hair trappings on the side into the water. And so if you're using like shaving cream, I'm not a big shaving foam cream guy. I do use clear shave gel if I do use it, but I just use pre-shave oil. I shave my head with that, and then I use an aftershave moisturizer, and I'm good. That's all I do. I do exfoliate my head about a couple times a week, and I'm good. I'm good to go. And but this one, just to kind of give you some information of the specs, it is a newly improved version, upgraded with the ergonomic grip here. It's easy to read digital display. Let me turn this on so you can see the power button is on right here on the inside. You push that and you can see the battery life right here. This one is at 56. It's all it says is 56, okay? But if I hold this button down for 3 seconds, it'll blink and it'll actually count down, and it's on travel lock. So, you know, some of these head shavers have a travel lock on it, which makes it really, really nice. So you can travel, put it in your suitcase, in your bag, and it doesn't go off. I'm not for sure if this one has a travel lock. Let me take a look and see. I'm gonna hold that down. Okay, so this one does too. This one has a travel lock. Most of these head shavers will have a travel lock. You just got to hold them down long enough. And I haven't really traveled with this one, so I really don't know. So I said, just not too old. It's one of the newer ones that I've gotten. And I forgot to tell you that this one does too have a travel lock on it. That's one of the ones that I mentioned. So it's locked, LO. So the Cut Buddy is going to be $59.95. It is not on sale right now. So it is what it is. Sometimes they have sales going on, but I like the shape of this. This is a cool shape. It fits really good in the hand, right? It's got little handle like grooves here you can shave, and I've always just kind of liked the way it kind of, you know, holds like a almost like a die grinder, if you will. You know, I die grind my head and sand it and buff it out, but it's really, really nice, you know. And you just pull straight off. You don't turn this one; it just pushes. You line it up and push it in. So it does have a cool little floating head on it, and these ones kind of float as well. Uh, it does have USB-C charger capabilities right here, which is makes it really, really nice. They come with a lot of attachments with this thing. So if you have what is it, an exfoliator brush that comes with these things, so you can exfoliate your head if you use some products. I use certain products. I can tell you in another video, or if you ask me later, I can tell you so many different ones I can give you recommendations on. But this one, pros, it feels good on the head. It really does cut very well, especially right in here where your at least my hair is a lot thicker above the sideburns. It gets more finer on top, but thicker. Some head shavers struggle to get that. I'm not going to go in and bash other head shavers right now on this one, even though I've done it on other ones. Um, but there are some head shavers that you just will not get a really, really good shave here. But this one just, I'm telling you, it shaves right through, does a great job. Downfall, the head is a little kind of little, you know, compared to the other ones. It's not as big. It's only got 5 blades instead of 7. This one, I took the head off. But anyways, this one's got 5 heads, but it's okay. All right, it's okay. But it doesn't have a lot of real estate to keep those trappings in there. So it is what it is. But if you can get around this, right, this head, it turns out to be a really, really good option here and a good head shaver altogether. It seems like this newer one has higher RPMs and works out a lot better for me, at least. I do use this one quite a bit. It sits in my bathroom. So the last one I want to talk about is one that's kind of more newer on the market. This company came to be the end of 2024, kind of like in the middle of the summer, this to fall 2024. Hummingbird, and I talk about Hummingbird a lot. In fact, Hummingbird is one that I actually help run their YouTube channel. So I kind of help them out with their advertising because it's a small company. But let me explain something uh, a little bit about Hummingbird. Hummingbird is one of those companies that are American company. All right, I'm not saying this is American made because none of these head shavers are made in America. We don't have the infrastructure, but it is an American made company. The brand, the innovation, all comes from New Jersey. But the thing about Hummingbird is, unlike other companies, and I'm not going to mention names, they put all their money into their innovation instead of their advertisement. If you see head shavers, if you see beard trimmers that are always everywhere on advertising, a lot of times all their money is going into advertisement and not the actual product itself. You know, let's think outside the box. No, they don't want to do that. They just want to do the advertisement. This company innovates. All right. As soon as they innovate, uh, foreign companies, they or companies in China will that manufacture these things will knock them off and put different names on them. But this one's a Hummingbird. This is kind of like the original. They've got another one that's a lot more money. I wanted to put it in this one, but it's above 60 bucks, so I didn't. It'll probably be on the next one. But this one right here is a 6 head shaver. This is the MK3. MK3 by Hummingbird. The grips on the side makes it really nice and easy to hold. This one is man, just ergonomically, good feel in the hand, like a palm sander, if you will. And here's the display. You can see this one's at 86%. That's all it shows. It doesn't show like, RPMs. There's no two different RPMs on this one. It does have a travel lock. If you hold that down, 3, 2, 1, and it's locked, you can see the little lock icon there. Hummingbird has on every one of their trimmers and shavers. They've got trimmers and shavers all, like, I think they got 20 plus. They got a nice women's one that my wife has recently gotten and loves it. She uses it on her legs all the time. So if we're talking about head shavers, let's talk about women's shavers too. If you got a spouse, a wife, a girlfriend out there shaves her legs, Hummingbird has a great option. But this one right here, USB-C charging capabilities on this one, and they listened. They listened. They made this magnetic. Look at that magnetic force. All right. Really, really nice. I can't say enough about this company. They do a great job. You can see how these heads flex, makes it really comfortable in the head. And it just conforms to your head really, really well. By the time I get done with this video, I'm going to have my whole head shaved by 4 different head shavers working all together. But you always want to go in a round circular motion with these head shavers, just so you know. Okay. Yeah, it does a great job. So this one's waterproof. I believe this one's IPX7, and just does a fantastic job. I never hardly have to clean this out. Of course, I have fine hair. If you have thicker hair, you may, but they sell these on Amazon too. The heads, all of these you can find on Amazon. It makes it easier to do. Multicultural users, suitable for all races, all genders, all skin types, all hair types, who need the necessary tools for cutting your own hair with ease and accuracy. And so the battery indicator is nice. These batteries do last in the Hummingbird, and that's one of the things that I really enjoy about Hummingbird. The batteries actually cut. They cut and they last. And so you can't ask for anything better than that. Longevity on the battery and good cutting power. So go check out Hummingbird. But my favorite top picks, I'm just going to be honest with you, from the top. I love every one of these. I use these all the time, but one that I've been using a lot lately. Yes, I agree. Freebird is yeah, notice I don't talk about Freebird too much on here, not to bash the company. I think they got really nice people there at Freebird, but the shavers just never did very good for me at all. It really didn't. It just did not cut very good, and but I want to say that the number one that I use all the time here recently is this one. The newest one I've gotten, I've been using a lot because it's just so big and it actually cuts really, really nice. I enjoy it. I can't say enough of why I enjoy this so much, because it gives a nice clean shave and it feels so dang good on my head. I'm gonna have to go over super, super many times passes. And I'm gonna tell you right now, for the price that you're getting on Amazon for 50 bucks right now on sale, and then if you're able to even, yes, this one, I'm telling you, as opposed to the Freebird, we know around the ears it didn't hurt. You had to go like 4 or 5, 6 times. This one does a fantastic job all around the whole head, around the ears, around the sideburns, where it's thicker here, does a great job. And you know what? Most of the time when I shave, you have to use this without pre-shave oil or any, wet shaving. It still does a great job without breaking me out. So I'm telling you, this one, the Max Groom Pro, don't get the original Max Groom because I had some battery issues with that one. And I'm hoping this one in the long run holds up. And for the most part, I think it does. The cleaning process is easy. You just take the whole thing off. It's magnetic, unlike the other ones we're talking about that we don't like, the doors don't have to open. But it's a pretty good, easy process in all honesty. This one, and I did a video not too long ago also on the Max Groom. I kind of went over it and stuff, but I guess I didn't really go over the cleaning process, and maybe I probably should. That's a good idea. Thank you for bringing that to my attention. But this one, very, very nice for $50 on sale for Amazon. That's a great, great, great price. And again, if you're going to buy this on Amazon before May 27th, make sure you try to use the code that I have in the description, because you can actually use discount codes on Amazon. And I don't know if it will stack with the $49.99 that's on sale, but if it does, my gosh, can you imagine getting 20% off of $50? I mean, that is, what is that? That's $10 off, making it $40. I don't know if it will, but let me know if it does. All right. But this is the one that I go to the most right here. And I did take the hat off. So, I mean, just so you know, this is the one I go to, number one. All right. Um, the next one would be Hummingbird. Does a great job. I don't use this one as much as I used to. This one's a great one. Um, this one's a good one, but this is more like I hate to say this, but it's more like an entry to Hummingbird. MK13 is a lot better because it has the 7 blades and it flexes the opposite direction in a different way, but it costs more money. I think it's like $70 or 80. I can't remember how much it is, to be honest, but it was more money than what I was showing on this video, because the ones in this video is under $60. But if you're entry and you're just trying to get into it, this one's a good one. But again, there are some other ones that knocked this one off on the product. They came up with this design and they came and knocked it off. There's several of them that has the same things, but they have different branding. But this one, American made company. I say American made. None of these are made in America, but American company, right? Not a Chinese company, and not necessarily against Chinese. I'm not saying anything bad against Chinese people. I'm just saying if you want something like that was designed, if you will, in America, Hummingbird is a great option. But also, let me say this: at the end of the day, you can buy head shavers that look like this from Temu and other companies, and you're definitely, I promise you, not going to get the customer service as you will from Hummingbird. Hummingbird's got a 1-year warranty, or maybe it's 2. They answer your calls, they do, and they'll actually take care of you, or your emails. Calls or emails, I think they even have a number you can call, but you can get a hold of them. And I know some companies out there that are like very, very notorious, and they're good head shavers. And I'm not going to mention the name, but you probably know what they are. Very hard to get a hold of the customer service line or the emails to get them back, to get a hold of somebody. It's like harder than getting a hold of the president, and it's ridiculous, and it shouldn't be that way. But this company will take care of you. If something happens, they'll give you a new one. But again, this is budget options, right? I could have said Kinson, another like Amazon brand that's probably around the same price. I don't know, made in China, but I didn't. I used this one. This is Hummingbird because it is American company, and this one's the MK3. And I would go Cut Buddy, and then I would go the White Claws. Okay. I don't like these, how they have the heads that open up. These are kind of like the Freebird, several head shavers that do this. They have to open up like this, the heads. I don't like that. I don't like that. So anyways, that is, and I don't like this one. This is probably the bottom one because of the actual charging port. It makes it so much easier if I can use one of these head shavers and have my cell phone charger available to charge them if I ever get in a pinch. All right. So I'll call them out. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So these I'm telling you, these companies will make sure to take care of you. I don't know too much about the customer service with this company. I do know that the people that I've worked with in the past from them have been very friendly people, but I've never had problems to reach out to them for this, so I couldn't tell you. Maybe that's a good thing. Maybe it's a good thing to not know how good the customer service is because the product is good. I don't know. But obviously, I don't know about this one. This is just an Amazon one. I've never had any affiliation with White Claws. I don't even know what kind of origin, where it came from, the company. I don't know. It's probably a Chinese brand. I have no idea, but I do know this, that the Hummingbird is like, I know the people behind it, and I know that their number one goal is to put out great products. And customer service is very, very crucial with this company. So I'll stand behind a company that has good customer service, because I know that if I'm ever in a trouble, an issue, have a problem with something, they're going to make it right regardless. Now, you have companies that you buy from, you hope that everything's going to be good, and then you can't get a hold of somebody and you're out all that money, and it's ridiculous. And there are head shaver companies that are like, they sell their stuff way, way more money, and there's just a lot at stake there. Do I buy something that I'm not sure if it's going to last? I used to talk about Grooming. I still do. I like Grooming. The ones I've had, I've been lucky, I guess. There's been a lot of people that has hated Grooming Baldy Pro. I've never had issues with Baldy Pro. My wife, my two daughters and my wife has one, and I have one, and I've never had issues, but I've never had to deal with the customer service. And I've heard people say a lot of bad things about the customer service with Grooming. So I couldn't really tell you on that, but what I can tell you is my wife got this women's Hummingbird. I think it's called the Flexi, for her legs, and she was shaving her legs yesterday in the car. And she goes, I really like this thing. I said, well, how do you compare that to the Grooming Baldy Pro? She goes, I like it better. She said that, the Baldy Pro has started to give her problems. It like breaks down about midway. So we're starting to kind of see some issues with the Grooming, like that a lot of people have talked about. We hadn't ever seen it ourselves, but we're starting to see a little bit of that. But the Flexi, it kind of looks like this one, from the Bald Buddy, but it's a Hummingbird, and it's all white, and she loves using it on her legs, says it does a great job, gets a good smooth shave. And so if she's happy with it, I'm happy with it. I'm happy to have something, good service and a good product. And it's all USB-C charging capabilities. And the foil shaver, I want to do an honorable mention. This is not under $60, but this one is built like a dang tank. Let me show you. It's all metal, the whole thing, USB-C charger, and I probably kind of jacked up the bottom, hitting it. Hummingbird, it has detachable head, and it also comes with, if you're looking for a good trimmer and you want to have a head shaver and a trimmer, this is a great face shaver, full shaver, and head shaver. Does a very, very good close job, and you can get a trimmer attachment to trim. But what I love about this one, and I'm sorry, I know this is supposed to be under 60, but this is an honorable mention. It's got, check this out. It starts out at 7,000 RPMs, 8,000 RPMs, and 9,000 RPMs. And look at that percentage, 99%. All right. And the battery does last on this thing. But this one's very, very close shave. And if you are just getting started in head shaving and you're looking for something that's going to be comfortable, rotary is going to be probably your best option. You can have some slack, 3 to 5 days of being able to wait to shave it with a rotary shaver. With a full shaver, you better be shaving your head like literally every day or every other day, because this does not work very good at all when you let your hair grow out. So if you want to kind of be lazy and just I'm not trying to be rude saying that, but if you want to kind of be laid back and kind of lazy and slack on your head shaving, go with the rotary. If you're on top of it, want to look like a boss, look great every single day, you're on top of it. You don't have to let any of that hair grow out. You want it to be like that baby butt smooth shave. Grab a foil shaver, but be careful, because foils can irritate your skin if you are not using the right products for your head. You have to take care of that stuff. This one's more money, so it did not make it. But if you want to know more about it, you can always go to my Amazon storefront. I have those listed there. So I'll look the video. Okay. Shock you if you get, okay. All right. No problem. All right, guys. And so let me know, guys, if you have tried any of these shavers in the past, in the comments below. Let me know what your favorite ones are. If you have one that was not listed in here that's under $60, make sure you drop it in the comments for everyone else. I'm trying to help people out with making good decisions with a budget under $60 on Amazon. Stay tuned to this channel, because I'm going to be putting more videos out when it comes to the next set, going from like a $60 to $80 range. Where would I be at with those shavers? Which ones would I use? and then I'll put one out from 80 to 100 plus. Which if you have the money, you want to go luxury and really invest into this stuff. A lot of people look at this as an investment. You're talking about shaving your head. You pay $20 plus to go get a haircut these days. You're saving all that money by shaving your own head. And so if you want to save all that money and invest in something, pay a little bit extra money, I get that. But a lot of people just don't have the money to do that. So these are great options for you. And so I hope that this helps. Again, the description has the links to these on Amazon. They are affiliate links. They do kind of help me out a little bit on this channel, but they do not cost you any more money. And also there are some discount codes there too. So if you go to the links and you use the discount code, it will save you money. All right. If you're curious about BHT grooming products like this pre-shave oil, anything like that, the beard products that I use, that I make, the head shave, the fragrances that I make at bhtgrooming.com, bhtgrooming.com. So thank you so much for joining me today in this video. I hope you guys have a great experience shaving your head. If you're new, congratulations to and welcome to the world of head shaving. If you are into beard care, this channel's for you as well. We talk about bald and bearded stuff all the time here. This is your channel, so make sure you hit this like button if you would as you come along, even if you're coming in later and catching the replay, and subscribe to this channel for more videos like this, tutorials, unboxings, reviews on different shavers and beard products and all things men's grooming related. So take care, guys. My name's Chad. Beard